What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of trying to make Farming Simulator 25 the most realistic farm sim yet. Looks like our track is somehow just off the rows again. Rows also look all scattered, which is not how we planned this. There's definitely something going on, but we're going to continue on. See if we get turned around here. So we're using our new sprayer. We got the other two fields sprayed. We don't have much money in the bank account because, well, you can kind of see we've made some upgrades. So up there you can see where we've purchased a new shed, redid the land a little bit, and oops, yep, we have a new silo. So we have a drying silo. I wanted something that I realized we could also dry sorghum. So I don't know why that just gave me that kick, but yeah, so we can dry sorghum, soybeans, and corn. Corn's a little more. Soybeans makes a big difference. Sorghum makes a fairly good difference as well. So I figured it's worth the 300,000 that it was. We've also purchased that land, the bog. I think that's what it was called. Oh, delayed shutting off. There we go. On the sprayer. They should be going at the same time. I got it set up right now, but no. So we'll finish this field. Hopefully have enough herbicide. I think we do. In the future, I do want to get some tanks, but we also purchased some other land. So besides purchasing, the bog that you can see, we purchased near our long, thinner meadow across the road. We purchased a field above it, and we already cleared out a lot of the woods. So we actually, believe it or not, we can actually go sell before the end of today. Go sell some more mulch that's been produced over this last month because we started the month the first 2 days, and that's why we're not recording. We've just been clearing out some lumber. So we cleaned up a little bit over here, extended that pad a little bit from what it was before. You remember it probably went as far as the end of the dryer, but we opened that up to give a little more turnaround, which is good. Shut that off. We don't need to keep kicking it over. And then, whoa. Looks like I am on to the headlands. But yeah, so we've done a lot of cutting. I say a lot of cutting. It wasn't as bad as what the other fields we've opened up have been. So it ended up being just over 3 trailers. I think when all said and done, it was like 310,000. So barely anything in the next trailer, essentially. Doing a really bad job of making the turns on this. Luckily, we got the tires that don't do any damage. It's also struggling to pick up the GPS. I've talked about how good it's been on other situations, and I feel like with the sprayer, it's been touchy. I did the other field manually. Thought I was recording the whole time. Was not recording. So apologies for that. Thought about putting in a time lapse, but I also had the calendar and time up, so it would have showed reverse time. So we'll just start with here. We're going to get forward on this. We got this covered, right? But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm excited. Yeah, we spent a lot of money. We actually paid off all of our equipment to an extent. And we get on a good track here, which I don't think we will with this field. I mean, as you can see, we just keep running out. But I'll kind of show y'all. Actually, this might work right here. So we come down here. We have nothing yet because I'm thinking we need to purchase a propane filling tank. And then I have to remind myself where we're going to get propane on this map. Because that'll be the next defeat that we might face. But I'm pretty sure this map does have propane. We have a legit propane tank, so I'm excited for that. Get those corners. That's where it likes to really build up. But I had the dealership keep an eye out for one. They run for about $90,000. That's kind of the kicker. They're expensive. I mean, we could do it. We could have a payment plan. Probably will go payment plan either way, depending on what we turn around here. We did also buy, as I said, at the end of the last episode, we ended up buying 3 limousines and 3 Angus cows, mature. And then we just got word, I think yesterday, that we have 2 from the previous lot, 1 limousine and 1 Angus, that are now pregnant. So our herd is expanding in 2 ways. We're buying it, and we're also doing it the natural way. So pretty pumped for that. Pretty excited for the sorghum with this new header. The new header stripped through it. What we do need to do, though, because of the sorghum stalks, is we will have to get probably something to mulch. Our pull behind mower will not work on that, our bat wing. So we will have to figure that out. But there's plenty of little options out there. I mean, we don't need a massive roller. I think if we can get something that's like 10 meters, I think that would do the job. It'd take a little long on the fields, but we got that. We also bought, I don't think I showed it last episode because we kind of did a lot of this on over the last 2 days and month, but we'll see it to the right. We have a 6M now. It was like $50,000. Need some TLC. We need to do some maintenance on it. But I got that because we needed a little tractor. I just kept feeling like we needed a little tractor, and well, that's the one that came up first. I figured it was going to be between that 6M, which I think that's Hispano-Modding maybe, and then there's a Massey Ferguson by WV Fake Farmer. Has one on his itch.io as well. It's a pretty good machine. It just came down to which one came up first, and that was it. So we're able to get everything set up for that, and we are good. So I was glad to see that. Like I said, we needed something too to pick up silage bales, but what I did not think of, the telehandler, we need to keep our eye out because that's probably going to be the better option for this method, because I don't think we're going to be able to get more than 2 high on our trailer, if that. I also think this came out nice. You know how they kind of rolled it. I mean, I wish there was a way for us to drive up and down it, everything will bottom out, but I kind of like it now. And we got a lot of room to put extra trailers in front of those trailers. So when we know we're not going to use something for a while, we can kind of block it off. But the roller tucked in, it's kind of interesting to see how that went in there. As you know, that doesn't back up. I wish you could bracket the back of that somehow to not open up when you're backing up. But we'll run around here. We'll get our sprayer cleaned up. Now we get that out of the way. But what we need to do, though, is we do need to probably figure out a way to get some propane. Whether it be today or the start of February. Because what we need to do is, before we get to sorghum, I would really love to take our 30,000 liters of soybeans and run it through down there. So that might be the initial process we take. I'll tuck this away for now. We won't need it for a while, I don't think. I think we're pretty solid on our fertilization as well. So we're just going to leave the herbicide in here. It's probably not the correct way to stow this, being it still has herbicide in it. just inside that door. Lovely. That works. That's what matters. Grass is definitely growing back. It's nice to finally see it after what felt like a whole year. So it says year 2 still. What's the other thing I'm noticing? That it has not switched to year 3 on this. Maybe we have to go further into the season? I don't know. And, oops, I left this going the entire time. Like I said, we need to grab our truck, trailer, and we need to get those beans out. Beans are in the little one, right? Yeah, eco's in there. Soybeans in there. So that we can do. That can be easily arranged. I might have to move the 6M after. Can we not turn this? Okay, so for some reason I cannot actually pivot that, which is not what I wanted to see. I want to block that door, unhitch that, try not to hit the prowler. We're gonna go maneuver this around. I thought I could ride it. It's just very weird that I cannot pivot that in. I need to turn it around and we'll drive it in like so. All right, this is definitely gonna get moved. But I really like this little tractor. Like I said, with the special all bale helmet on it for the silage bales, which was key. Try to drive this back here out of the way for right now. Try not to make too many ruts in the yard. I'm gonna stow this away for now. Alright. Now we can go get our truck and get those beans out. Okay, so it'll add some value to them. And then later, we'll definitely have to go get the mulch and bring that to market. I need to figure out a way to get it to go directly to our warehouse. Could hire a worker maybe to do that. I don't know. I mean, they are right side by side. Get that tarp open. There we go. Suppose we don't have an option to really get out and winch these tarps. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have seen that mod. I have not seen a mod that has the IC control to winch these. Soybeans. There we go. Always takes a little bit of a movement to kind of get this to feed in. So we should have a little bit on, or full on this side, and then a little bit more on the last hopper. But we'll get this tended to. Our herd's over there looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. A couple playful calves out there. Hopefully it continues to grow. Wish there was a way to go back and switch part of that fence though and kind of clean up parts where I went around the trees originally. I've kind of thought about cleaning up the trees around it and seeing if that gives us some more room to put stuff. But for now, this is where we are. Eventually maybe we'll get into hogs or dairy. I don't know if we'll go into chickens, but we can make some money down the road, and definitely. But I think right now we're going to keep expanding land. When we have the window and the money to do it, I think we need to do it. That's just my thought on it. Could use another shed too at some point. Like I said, I want to put stuff down here. Oh, we're sliding off that hill. I don't know if it's because January, it's just simulating that it's the game's mindset is supposed to be cold, slippery conditions, which is what I think. But maybe our tire wear is completely. Tire wear actually might be the issue on this now that I think about it. That might explain why we've been sliding so much. Did not even think of that. I'll take our crops out here. Essentially, we are waiting for the window of opportunity. Would also love to. I mean, I do think these fields will be the next fields we purchase. And actually, you know what? I'm curious. Probably David's field. Yep, David canola grown in this one. Interesting. So we could definitely expand this into a pretty good sized section of fields as well. So many thoughts. But I think for right now, I think, you know, we're kind of in a good position. So we'll get this unloaded and then we'll go downtown and get our mulch sold to market. And hopefully, I say hopefully, we can find something that transports propane, because I can't find a way for them to deliver here either. I'll see y'all shortly. So we got the mulch sold, put another 270,000 in our bank account, give or take 260. We got our search result back in February. We're in the 1st February, and boom, there it is. Propane tank. We're just gonna buy it. Now worry about the payment. But when I came in this morning and looked at it, so a nice 9RX series, right? I mean, this must be the full 691. It's only the 590, 6.9 though, but $339,000, right? Crazy. Well, that's not the only thing that was on the market. Delta Track. Now, this picture showing 530 and ended up being the 530 as well. Let's click into it. So tempting. So tempting. But we don't have any other equipment to really go with it yet. And I mean, we've seen some things where we're like, hey, you know, we got the horsepower, we can definitely purchase this. I'm just not seeing it here yet. As bad as I want this 530 to give us a real powerhouse on the farm, just not ready. Then obviously, you know, the issue here, no 3-point. That is the kicker with those. So, but we'll, yeah, go collect it. I don't know why they charge us the delivery cost. Must be oh, you know why? Because they brought it in from allocation. But propane, well, that's a whole nother side of the map. So we're gonna head out there. I thought it would be actually right near the anhydrous tanks and all of that. It is not. Give you guys an idea. So I thought, zoom in, I thought it would be, what is it right here? You know, the freight line, there's a tank down here. So I'm like, oh, there it is. No. It's way over here by 49 Airstrip Farm. So we're gonna take a yander over there, and I'm just gonna cut right across the front. So we got a couple more pregnant beef options, which is nice. But we'll go collect this propane tank and get this back to the farm. And I'll see y'all shortly. Well, that was expensive. So this was almost $26,000 to fill the trailer. So it's actually cheaper. It was cheaper to try not to bump into this fence here. Cheaper to buy the trailer. So crazy. But we have 32,000 liters, which is good. I'm gonna turn on our auto drive here. I know we got gold that goes down here, and I'm gonna further connect all that. We also need to repair this Volvo. So bear with me. I just want to kind of scope out. Oh, yeah. So our tires are shot. Would be the easiest way, I think, to put it. We're gonna have to do some course editing. I see the issue now. So I might have to just take this truck to the workshop. Almost went into a ditch for the same reason. Slid around the corner and just kept going. But no, I do want to get propane in here and fulfilled. Like I said, that course, it's gotta go. Too bad we couldn't like stretch it out, but we'll clean up this course. We'll get the propane in, and we'll get back to you. All right, so we're testing out our course. We're at the end of February now. Hoping this works. Should be slowing down. Should be pulling under this and pulling the dry soybean out like so. Love to see that working. That's what we wanted. Make sure we're in a good drive up position. Now we'll just see if it fills the back, because we're actually quite to the front. See if it'll register what's left. Yes, it did. And I believe that was it, because we lose a little bit, if I'm correct. Yeah, soybeans, 50 go in with 3 propane and 45 come out. Yeah, so we lose a little bit, which is fine. Oh, I see how to restart it. I'll try this. I'm gonna put this back in that little middle grain silo. for the time being. And that's all ready. We'll clean that out, but that'll be ready for sorghum. And we can get all our sorghum in there to dry. So I'm not going to worry about moving over another otter just yet. Did our maintenance on the truck and the propane trailer. I didn't realize there was a lot of issues with the propane trailer itself that needed some maintenance to it. So, a little muddy there, but we're getting up there. But yeah, now that should be okay to go. And let's see if we can do this. As I say that, we're literally driving under it, but I guess I've wedged it up somehow. It should work, right? Are we just not under it just enough? I think our other problem might just be... So it was very touchy last time we did it. Hey, first one. Oh, there we go. I need to really add that mod to click in and out. I'm gonna move this right over because that is our primary issue, I think. Really should get another drive over. That should be enough. We get back in here. Sometimes too, if it gets too steep. So there's the, like, this is broke. I am 100% positive this is broke. Let's try that pivot again. I don't like the course play keeps popping up. I really do gotta change that. So we're not getting any hit on it. There we go. I'll fill into there. I don't know why that was being so difficult. should do it. And with that now, I should be able to turn that around to the eco bins, or to even to this bin. We should be fine. I'm glad that got sorted. That was a pain. But should be able to just swing out to the right now. Hopefully that brings us in the money that it's showing in the forecast and not in time saving mod stock check, because stock check showing as regular beans, and with the amount we paid for propane, I hope that's not the case. Just barely. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we're just gonna bump it over and over and over. There we go. We are out of there. I gotta swivel that around anyway. Right now you don't have to worry about driving off the edge here. Get that tarp in. Probably should move this header though, so I don't have to keep swinging it in so much. Oh, too far over. But on a show. Alright. Detach that, shut down the truck. Yeah, we'll just kind of go through the days and see what comes up. I don't think we can plant grass until... Can we do grass? Oh my god, I'm in the wrong category. Is grass a March? It is. So next month we can plant some grass, which would be nice because we need to plant into our newer field and get that sorted. So we'll work on that. And I'll see y'all shortly. So we're in March now, and we've had a few interesting things. A lot of the GAs keep popping up. GAs, I was hoping the other side of this Concord would pop up. Never did, unfortunately. Yeah, just a lot of little neat things. Lycion, not too bad. 211,000. We finally, I mean, I've been waiting for something for a cedar to pop up, and that's why I got excited when I saw the Concord 2400 right here pop up, because I was like, hey, that's something that's like 9 meters. Well, we got a 9 meters, just not the Concord with all the extra seed space, but this drill will work. The sunflower, liquid fertilizer removed. Do I have an option? Installed would be an extra 5K, 6K, but I really do want the liquid fert on it. Yeah, I think it's good to have that option. Get our levels right off the bat. Do we buy this outright? I say yes. The other thing we have to do is we will have to actually... Where's our cedars? That's not it. It's not in there. It's got to be in here. We're actually going to need some liquid fert. This one always shows cheaper, but is there something less? Because like even that one, like look at that, $3,000. I feel like we gotta go with that. We're gonna get 2. I think I can get those in the back of the truck. It should work. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, I think we go with 2. 'Cause I don't know if our actual planter will need it. Looks like our hard hand's already gone. He already took the other one down to sell. That's fine. So we will take the truck. I think I can get both in the tailgate. Oh, he's there. So he's already sold it, and now he's at the other dealership to collect. So we'll send this guy on the way, and then we'll hop back once we're hopefully in the field. So I got down to the dealership, and I'm like, I only see one container. We ordered 2 containers of liquid fert. And I'm like, yeah, you did. It's already in the sunflower you passed. So funny enough, this is already loaded. The other thing we actually need to do, well, we got to pull that over to the maintenance shop and get that tethered away. The other thing we need to do actually is move this header out of the way. I think for right now, bumping everything with it. I think for right now we're fine right here. Actually, I'll shut this down. The other thing we'll want to do is come over here. Hopefully the battery's not dead on this. We need to fill with some seed as well. Fires up. Perfect. Make sure we're set. So we got one more to get to seed. And we are good with that. Now we will get this over and fine-tuned. Before we head over and get our grass seeded in. And we should have 2 really strong meadows. Should be within the well. Sure, 41% tire wear. Does say Eater 3, so March seems to be the kick. We're good with the Nemesis for now. We need to definitely get that repaired. Tires, we're fine. Well, let's repair the Nemesis over here. Get more hours on the sunflower than we do the Nemesis. Everything looks good now that we repaired it. Will this work? No, didn't mean to hit that like that. So the other option we have is swing around and do the back plane. I can't remember if I had to be in the auger here. Gonna be one of those days. I think we can try. Guess we could have just did that in the first place. I felt like this gave me trouble before. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. There's a glitch in the matrix. Just had to be higher. Well, we'll get that sorted. That's filling. Probably use up all the seed we actually have left in there. So we're probably gonna have to load this back up on a prowler. It's got solid fertilizer. Not much left of that either. 612 liters. So not really much there in that. But like I said, we'll head up to our meadow and hopefully get it all sorted. Watch out, deer. I don't know why the grass is not running back there. Have to figure that out. But our sorghum's looking pretty good right now. In a nice green state. Almost would be good for like a silage fill. Yeah, just threaded the needle as we went through there. And the other thing I want to do after we get to cut off this and the other one's caught up, which should be pretty close to one another after we seed this time around, because I think next month we'll be able to actually harvest this. There we go. I want to get some hoop barns or hoop covers at least over here to kind of like break up the weather on our bales. I just realized I'm driving around with the liquid fur open. What are we doing? I always forget if you gotta turn this one on or not. I don't think you have to. I think this works just like most. Yeah, it does. So I want to get us set up with a GPS here. I think that works pretty good. Up and down, up and down. I think we can do that. Of course, naturally, we end up a row off. Go figure. So we're just maintaining this right now, and hopefully it doesn't end up double season too much. Not surprised that we were a row off here, magically. But we'll get this seeded in, like I said. This will be, and I'm hoping we get quite a few silage bales off this. I'm going to take hay off that one, I think, the first time around. Or maybe we do both silage. I have to look. I think we have 66 bales. So actually, you know what? We can do silage. All right. Up to the end here. I'm just gonna touch this up right here. Anyway. All right, now. Well, unfortunately, be going right back over, but I want this to be looking good. I don't want to see a lot of gaps when we get going on this. Be interested to see how much seed and fert we burn through. It's like the fert already 5% on that pass through. I kind of wonder how that looks actually on our precision map. Our pH is okay. Nitrogen is definitely adding 60 kgs. All right. Should be all right. I mean, that's what 40 to 60 is what I think it's supposed to be for the grass. So I think we're doing fine there. Like I said, we'll still try to get the cut off of that stuff to our right. The sunflower probably not going to turn the sharpest. We might have to go to skip rows. I think that's going to probably be my game plan with it. I think that'll be the best bet is to skip the row. And now this is where we'll probably start putting a little more fertilizer in. To be honest, looking at it, it'll probably, even though it's only going to push us up to 60 kgs, it'll be all right. I'm just hoping we have enough seed to get through, even though I should go back and refill that hopper. I've double sided with seed on both sides, that unbirth that we have. But hey, it's spring again. We're in year 3. And we're going to be harvesting sorghum in a month, I think. We'll take a look at that on the turnaround and what the projection is for that. That should be April, which will then allow us to get our corn in the ground. Everything just keeps turning and burning. So I think, can we... It's really tight, so I think we're going to have to skip a row. Unfortunately. With that said, though, let's jump into here and check out the growth. So technically, we can harvest both those meadows now. I want to wait till April. I want to get a good full cut off those meadows. Judging by the green, I think we might, I don't know. I think that will be next month. If it's not next month, it's definitely going to be May, which is all right because it allows us to plant corn. And soybeans don't start till May, so we'd be all right in that situation. So it's not too bad. Definitely can live with that. So like this row right here, we're gonna have to come back around it and clean up the edges, unfortunately. Everything's just like slightly off, it seems. Like I said, this time around, I think our best plan of action is to skip a row. And we're still a little wide there. I also did not help myself turning with the trees in the way. Some definite hillside was here though too. We took the trees. As you can see, it's all different texture from turning up and tilling that ground. But it'd be a fair amount of acreage just like this. Like I said, I really want to start generating some silage money. And in the future, if we go dairy, it'd be nice to have, good option to turn in some silage for our TMR. Have a good rotation of that without having to really go into all the corn and everything. But I think, we're not really burning through. I mean, the fertilizer are definitely probably going to need the other one before the end of this. But seeds, not too bad. Should call our hired hand and tell them to actually get the unbirth up on the prowler, unload the, we have a little catch or somewhere to put the fertilizer. We should do that. I want to put seeds on both sides and have them go pick up seed. Get it now, because it's probably better price now than it is. I actually know we're in spring, so it might be up in price, but we definitely will probably need it for the corn and soybeans. Yeah, let's see if we can swing this one. Alright, that's much better. We almost got blocked out by the trees again. But yeah, I think this is where we'll probably call it an episode. I want to thank you all for continuing to support this series and the channel. See you guys out there, you guys and girls, sharing the content, which I really appreciate it. It's really helped the channel grow and, reach out to different corridors out there. We'll keep on working on. Till next time, Farmer Taz, out.